So hi everyone, my name is Peter from MCH Travel and also Canadians, which is our brand for the Czech and Slovakian market. And today we are at Sprott Shaw College with Ezequilem. Good to see you again. How are you today?
Very good. Thank you very much, Peter.
Awesome, awesome. So today we'll be talking about Sprott Shaw College, about the history as well, because there is a long history at Sprott Shaw College, and also where the school is at today, and about the ESL programs, college programs, and university pathways.
That is correct.
So for the start, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe a little bit your background, and what's your current role at the school?
Excellent. Yes, of course. Thank you very much for producing these videos, Peter, and thank you to all the people from MCH and Czech Canadians. So we hope at Sprott Shaw College to start having more and more Czech people. So we put a lot in your plate at this time. And well, talking a little bit of Ezequiel, I'm originally from Mexico, and I came to Canada 10 years ago as an international student. So I was just doing my university degree at home. I completed that program, and the school had this pathway program with another university here in Canada. So I just decided to come and explore the opportunity to work and study and get some Canadian experience to eventually go back to Mexico. So that was my original plan. So once here and once I start understanding Vancouver, I basically fall in love with the city, with the weather, with the outdoors, going to the beach and to the mountain for hiking and snowboarding in the winter and all this. And I decided to continue or extend my time in Canada for a little longer. So that being said, I start looking for another option to continue studying. And I came across to Sprott Shaw College because, I mean, you know, it's a huge brand in the city.
Yeah.
And I visited one of the advisors at the time. They offered me this program that I start doing. I volunteer in the marketing department, and today I'm the front person or responsible of the European and Latin American market for Sprott Shaw College.
That's great. And I have to say that I like working with people like you because, like, you've been through the whole process, right? You came here, you studied here, you work here, and you have to navigate through the whole Canadian system, and you know.
Yes.
And now you are where you are at Sprott Shaw College. So Sprott Shaw College, tell us a little bit about the school and where it's, maybe briefly the history and where it's at today and the programs they offer. Yeah,
that's another of the points that, or the reasons that I decided to study in Sprott Shaw is that, again, as I mentioned before, the brand is really well recognized in the city, in the province, in British Columbia, because it was established in 1903. So we're speaking of more than 115 years in the province.
It's a long time, especially for a country like Canada.
It's a long time considering that Canada has been a country for less than 100 years. So yes, Sprott Shaw was already in operations when we were just a British province, like a colony. So since then, and the point with all this is that as myself, as a newcomer, immigrant, or international student, I wanted to go to a school that was recognized with the mindset that if I decided to stay in Canada, I wanted the people know where I studied, right? So that I can open doors and be able to get a job because everybody knows Sprott Shaw. And well, here I am. Right? Since 1903. The reputation of the institution gives you a very solid background once you're graduated from here.
Yeah, for sure.
And again, as I mentioned, because once you're looking for a job, people will know what Sprott Shaw is, and maybe your future employer is a graduate from Sprott Shaw or maybe not the employer, but his father or his grandfather, because there's many generations that have been able to study here at Sprott Shaw. It also matters that Sprott Shaw is not necessarily a school for international students. Me being from Mexico, and the proximity of Mexico to Canada, which is 4 hours in a flight, well, there's a lot of people from Latin America, especially from Mexico. So I really didn't want it to be around people that speak Spanish. Right? Because at the end of the day, we all are lazy. And if you are in a place where everybody's speaking your own language, well, you fall in this comfort zone. And you're speaking Spanish. So I wanted to really practice my English. I wanted to really focus in developing myself in Canada, and planning to go back to Mexico with an accelerated English at least. So Sprott Shaw, 90% of the students are Canadians. So that's great. That's the difference, right? Many other institutions, as you asked at the beginning, is they offer programs to come and study, work, diplomas, whatever, but their core, their foundation, it's an ESL. They are a language school that offers a diploma. So the student body is international students. You, me, everyone else. But Sprott Shaw, of course, we do have internationals. That's why I'm here in front of this market. But we're only 10%, 15% of the whole student body. So 85, 90% of the students are Canadians.
So let's talk briefly about English programs first. And then we can move to the college programs.
Right. So again, the structure of Sprott Shaw is so diverse and so big that we do offer a language division which will be under the same brand, Sprott Shaw Language College. We also have other brands that it's under the same umbrella, under the same company. We even have student accommodation. We have hotels that also, when students come, well, we have student residences. So we have so many other products, more other than our core anchor brand, which is Sprott Shaw. But basically what you're asking is, let's say, and I'm going to just make an example with Czech Republic students, we can offer the chance for them to take an English evaluation test online. If they do just okay, we can bring them to one of our English schools to take 1, 2, 3 months of English. Once they're ready to jump into the college, then we just transfer pathway to our college and continue with the diploma that they choose.
All right, and next part, college programs.
Yes.
And something I like about Sprott Shaw, and you can maybe see it here on the banner, is that because of your long history, you offer over 100 different programs, which is huge.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the biggest differences between Sprott Shaw and other schools. So that gives just a lot of different options from for students or for people from different industries.
Correct.
So college programs, let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, now that we are moving from like a very natural progress from, let's say, I don't speak English, I come to Canada to learn English from 0 to intermediate. Well, we offer those language programs. If you're ready to move forward, we put you in the college, so in the diploma level, and we have different faculties. So it might be business, it can be hospitality, it can be education, it can be health, it can be design, university transfer, and the very famous programs which are work and study, or study and work, right?
Yes.
So again, more than 100 programs because of like the recognition, the elaboration that the brand has within the 115 plus years. We have veterinary office assistant program. We have sustainable architecture. We have healthcare assistant, early childhood educator, business programs, import-export, international business. So you name it. There's a lot.
You name it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not gonna talk about all 100 programs,
Yes.
but I feel like with Sprott Shaw, like anything you're interested or you want to study, just ask and we'll see if Sprott Shaw offers that.
That is correct.
And also, because it's a private institution, you're flexible and you also like adjust to the current demand of the, you know, what are the skilled positions and needs in BC right now.
Right.
And create programs for that.
That's actually very interesting, and thank you for bringing that up, because how it works is that, again, and I repeat and make a lot of emphasis in this, because this is one of the reasons why Sprott Shaw is different and more convenient than other brands, because we've been in the industry for more than 100 years. Therefore, the credibility that Sprott Shaw College has with the city of Vancouver, with the province, with the government, is very strong. So what happens? I think it's very well known that Canada, it's a land of immigrants. So there's people coming, and there's different ways to look for your opportunity in Canada, right? At the same time, the more immigration and mobility comes to the country, well, the more needs that are developed, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Nowadays, there is a huge demand for educators.
Okay.
There is a huge demand for nurses. So with the credibility that the school has with the province, with the city, we're always very well aligned with what the city, the province is requiring, right? Yes. So we're able to build ahead of time than others the programs that the province needs. And again, today there is a need, there is a deficit of educators. Therefore, we are offering the early childhood education program, because that's aligned with what the city needs. That's aligned for you to come study, get yourself prepared, and we will help you to get interviews, to go on a practicum or on a work experience. And the same thing with nursing.
Yeah, because more people, you're gonna need more people in the health industry.
Well, I think it's just an economic, it's just an economic rule. Like it's just the demand. Therefore, it has to be adjusted. Yeah. There's more people coming, developing, building families, growing families, and raising families here. So there comes Peter, and then he gets a wife, and then they have 3 kids. Who's going to take care of that? So there has to be educators, right?
That's right.
So those programs are very, very well structured for international students to come and find their ways.
Yeah, great opportunity. Another thing I would like to mention is that Sprott Shaw also has 16 campuses across BC.
Right.
Because I've got messages from people thinking if they should study in Vancouver or Toronto, like a big city, or not. So I think what's great about Sprott Shaw that you also have other, like Victoria or other cities, and there's also an option to transfer at some circumstances between campuses, so people can experience even other parts of Canada. So that gives a lot of flexibility and options.
That is correct. We do have more than 17 locations for Sprott Shaw College. And again, as you say, we have 2 in the island, which, well, in the map, we are in the North American territory, but then we have like Vancouver Island, which is a massive extension of land the size of the UK. Well, I exaggerate a little bit, but it's very big.
Huge.
Huge. And we have 2 campuses there. We have language campus as well. We have campuses in Toronto. And then we are also connected through all of our different brands, as I mentioned, even touching parts of the world in Southeast Asia or mainland China, and so on. So the tentacles of Sprott Shaw and our mother company are spread in more than 40 locations across the globe.
Wow.
And school-wise in BC, Sprott Shaw, 17 locations. Yes.
The next thing I would like to talk about is pathway programs, because you know, someone might want to continue in studies, and either pursue education at a public college,
right,
or university. So
correct.
Let's talk about that as well.
Yeah. Well, again, the way that we are working with our partner institutions and with our colleagues from different schools is promoting people to, of course, come and qualify with their English level. It has to, I mean, you have to have a proper English level. After that, we're offering our study and work programs with the purpose of getting people acclimatized to the environment in Canada, to the education structure in Canada, understand behavior, socially, culturally, environment, and get yourself there and get ready for the to get a job. And once you complete your program, we can transfer you to different institutions, rather to do a second diploma or maybe a bachelor's. Why not? Some people from like international students already have a bachelor's. You can add that on to a second degree, transferring credits, and so on. So there's many opportunities for us. I just see it and very simple for people to understand, like a production line. You study for 3 months English, let's say. You come and do a 1-year program with Sprott Shaw College, which then offers you a 1-year co-op, which is practicum. And then you transfer to do, let's say, a second degree for another 2 years, or another diploma for a year. That makes a huge, good package for yourself, and your credentials will be boosted and very competitive for the Canadian job, to find a job, right? 2 credentials Canadian, you are now very, very similar to anybody else here. I guess to answer your question, I will say that Sprott Shaw College was established in 1903, giving us more than 115 years in the province of British Columbia. That talks of the credibility of the institution with the community in Vancouver and British Columbia in Canada. Eventually, that will translate in a very solid and strong education background for you as an international student, and that will help you to elaborate and move forward in your plans to continue your time in Canada or go back to Czech Republic and perhaps explore opportunities in your country with a solid education in Canada. More than 100 programs to choose, study and work, and transferring to other institutions that will help you, as I mentioned, to elaborate to a better future.
That was actually perfect.
All right.
Awesome, awesome. I think that's it for today's video.
All right.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the time, because I know you have a busy schedule.
A little bit, but thank you very much, Peter. I'm very happy to have you here.
Awesome.
You know that this is your house, as we say in Mexico, mi casa es tu casa, my home is your home. Awesome. So I wish that a lot of people from Czech Republic come and visit us, and perhaps you will help us to bring them the right way to study in Vancouver, in Sprott Shaw College. Thank you, MCH, and thank you, Czech Canadians. Canadians.
So I also put all the links below, so you can check out the college website, maybe some other videos. And if you have any question, just send me a message or comment this video. That's all for today. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you next time.
All right. Cheers.
All right.